guys, if you've seen the last video, then you already know the reason that I'm not in my kitchen today and the reason I'm behind the desk. To make the long story short again, the beginning of this video was part of the last, tail end of the last video in this three-part series. This is part 3. And unfortunately we lost some video footage. So we're going to pick up in this video after we've removed the hamburger from the refrigerator. Again, we are using the hamburger that we made here in part 1 of this series, but you're more than welcome to buy fresh hamburger from the grocery store and use it that way. The other thing too is that we took 4 meatballs and they were a little over 1/4 pound each. And so what we did is we took the each of the meatballs rather, and we cut them in half. And then what we did is we made a total of 8 extremely thin patties. And so what will happen is in this portion of the video, we're going to pick up where we actually lost some of the footage. Okay, we'll see you on the screen. Bye. Alright guys, so now we're going to stuff the patties because we've got 8 patties for 4 hamburgers because 2 patties make 1 hamburger and we'll have a bottom and a top. But before we stuff them, we're going to season them, right? Right. So get some salt. Alright. Don't go too heavy on it. Just, you know.
Just get a pinchful and just sprinkle it around.
Generous amount. Let's say like that. Get all the patties. So they're making, we're making rather, stuffed taco burgers. And so what we use is the Adobo Fusion rub. This is the original flavor. And we use Adobo Fusion Original in substituting all kinds of Latin type style spices. So it's got a little bit of heat to it, but not really that bad. If you like black pepper or anything else like that, it's probably no hotter than that. But if you pack a bunch of it on, then if you're sensitive to heat, then you'll probably say that it's warm. So all you have to do is just a little sprinkling on the patty, just like that. And it's really, honestly, is about as hot as other types of taco seasoning, but it doesn't taste exactly like taco seasoning. It's got a little different flair to it. So after we get the Adobo Fusion Original, you got them going? Yep. We got the salt, we got the pepper, we got the adobo. Now, if you've got nerves of steel and you like hot stuff, the Reaper will light you up and take you to the next level. There's even a warning on the back of the label because if you use too much of this, you will certainly know it. It's partly made from Carolina Reaper peppers, and those Carolina Reaper peppers are the hottest peppers in the world right now. So literally, yes. I mean, just a little dusting will go a long way. So this is my hamburger. All right. All right, so grab a spoonful of the veg. Let's go ahead and stuff these. And just don't overstuff them. Like, that's probably at its max, okay? We're going to stuff that one and stuff that one because we're going to use these as the lid. Okay, well now you're going to use these 2 as the lid and you're going to flip that way. And I'm going to take these and flip these this way. You got enough veg there? Alright, yeah. So let me put these over here.
I'm just going to put a tad of Reaper on mine.
Oh, you're brave. Okay. So picking this up, I'm going to turn this inside out. I'm going to fold in, or you can fold away. Once you get it perfectly on you, or on top rather, you're just going to go ahead and seal the edges. It's almost like a meatball at this point. Pat down in the middle, and now use the scraper to pick up the bottom. And flip it again. So we've got all the seasoning and all the flavor on the inside of the meat. And at this point, we're just going to get a hot skillet. We're going to sear the hamburger and cook them. So I've got mine done. Ooh, that's a little bit of a meatball. You got to get some of the air pockets out of there. So not a bad job overall. I think we can do. That's a nice thing about the raw meat. We can always flatten it around. Right. Have you already flipped it upside down to make sure it's not sticking? We'll just flip that one more time. Hey man, that looks like it should be pretty good. Nice. Good job.
All right, thank you.
All right, I get this lid on this side. So I'll grab a rubber spatula for this, because this is what everybody does at their house, for sure. So I just take it upside down so you get a better angle on it. And then kind of flip that thing over. I prefer these because we do a lot of bread baking, a lot of other stuff, and we just happen to have them, so that's my tool of choice. All right, my 2 patties are done. They're nice and fat and big, stuffing. All right, good deal. Now you can put cheese, Monterey Jack, cheddar, whatever you've got in the house. I'm kind of trying to lose a little bit of weight here, so I'm not putting any cheese on mine, but it would absolutely be delicious if you had some cheese, I'm sure. Okay, so let's get ready to fry these burgers up. We can go ahead and use the same saute pan because we'll keep the flavors that are already in the pan, and we've got the oil, so searing the hamburgers on top of that will just sear all that flavor right into it. You ready?
Yeah, let's get to work.
You ready?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do it.
So what we want to do now is we want to take the hamburgers, since they're so fat and so big, we're only going to be able to fit 2 in the pan. And then we'll put them off to the side and we'll cook off the other 2, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get them on the buns and get them all plated up. All right. In. Yep, barely big enough to fit.
Right.
So we'll see you guys back in just a few minutes when we flip, and we'll get on to the next pair. So guys, because the meat on this is so thin, you're going to get a pretty well done burger overall. And the nice thing about it is, at least for my wife and my daughter who like a well done hamburger, this will be really great, but we also like them a little less cooked, a little moist inside. So the good news is, because they're stuffed, they definitely retain a lot of moisture. So you can see right now that the bottom patty is pretty much and fully cooked on the bottom, because you're starting to see the cook come around on the sides. So the next thing that we're going to need to do now is to flip over the hamburgers carefully, because they're really, really thin. Alright guys, the last set of hamburgers are already done here, so now we're going to take our freshly baked brioche buns that you saw Ashton make earlier, and we're going to go ahead and plate this up. Now we're going to take the bun, which is the bottom, and we're going to put it like this. That way you can just turn it and flip it over, and you don't have to be concerned about making a mess. And pick that up again, put the lid on, do the flip thing. And we'll get that, put the top. And now, it's time to put the fixings on top of it.
We have tomatoes, we have cilantro, we have lettuce, and we have guacamole.
Actually, it's an avocado and sour cream mix, and we're going to use that instead of a mayonnaise, and that just gets spread on the top of the bun. And then we add a little bit of the lettuce, a tomato. So now we got the lettuce and tomato on there. We're going to put a little bit of cilantro, and that's what we call it here in America. If you guys are over in London or in that area, you guys refer to it as coriander. And here in the States, we only refer to coriander as in the seed. And so we're going to put a little sprinkling of the salt on top of that. And then we're going to garnish it up with a little bit of fresh lime juice. Well, not fresh, this is containerized, but nonetheless, it still tastes the same. And
Put that on a platter.
alright guys, so that's it. That's how you make a fresh baked brioche bun, stuffed hamburger, and lettuce and tomato with a hit of fresh citrus lime. Thanks a lot guys, we'll see you next time. If you like this video, be sure to follow us on YouTube by subscribing to our channel, or follow us on Twitter, and you can also check us out on Facebook.